We had about 600 developers that responded to the survey, and what they said was, not surprisingly, that they love API. They allow developers to innovate and build cool things without having to build the raw materials that they're going to use to create these things. So that was great. Many developers are still focusing on the big APIs that everybody knows about: Twitter, Facebook, blah, blah. They want more, but they need to figure out largely how to get paid, how to make money. They either want to get famous or they want to get paid. And it's harder to get famous, so getting paid tends to be the option of choice. Netflix is a customer of ours. They opened up their API and they had developers come and build some great iPhone apps, for instance. And the first developer who built a great iPhone app, I think, was charging $1.99 for it. Made a lot of money very quickly, building great, because Netflix has millions of customers. You don't need that many to download the app, and so everybody was happy until another developer came along with a better app for $3.99, cost more, but it was way better, and then the first developer either has to get their stuff better or move on, right? So in any business, the fact that you happen to build an application, the fact that you happen to build a product, doesn't give you a God-given right to be immune from competition. If you're going to have a symbiotic relationship with a platform, you can't expect that platform provider to not act in their self-interest. That's their business. So what you have to do is you have to be aware of that, be sure you're making money, or you're likely to make money, as quickly as possible, and continue to evolve and adapt and innovate and stay ahead of them. I mean, if you look at, there are some huge companies that have built massive businesses on top of the eBay platform because they just stayed ahead of eBay. Certainly understand the terms and conditions and understand they're going to change. Because they will. They will evolve over time, and they will evolve largely, you can expect they will evolve in ways that benefit the person who writes them, which would be the person providing the API. And that means that really it's about continuing to anticipate it. If you wrote a great app, the reason you wrote a great app is because you figured something out before someone else did and you got it out there, which is great. Keep iterating, keep ahead of it, and people will continue using your stuff, and it'll be beneficial to the host of this symbiotic relationship as well. And the other thing is become a good community member. And I think I've seen this in a lot of platforms. Most great API programs, they have a strong developer community, they have forums, they have these sorts of things. The more you can do to be one of the people who contributes and plays in the developer community, the more likely it's going to be that when they're launching that new API feature, they're going to call you before it happens, give you a heads up, maybe let you be the one of the people. Apple did this with the iPad and the iPhone. They picked developers to come in before the thing was out and build applications in advance. Well, that's you want to be that person, and the way to do it is to build a good relationship. It's like any other kind of partnership. If you're in partnership with a company much larger than you, make friends with them and show up at their events and keep them posted on what you're doing, and say nice things about them and encourage them to say nice things about you, and keep your flames to a minimum and do it only when you absolutely have to. Be constructive in your criticism.